So as you can see, it is an absolutely gorgeous day. And Stinson Beach does have, in the summer, a lot of fog. Like yesterday, if we came here, totally fogged in. Up there is Mount Tamalpais. You got the Bolinas Ridge. The famous Dipsy race goes up here. There's Panoramic Highway, and then Highway 1. So let's walk around and check out Stinson Beach. These people got some cool seahorses on their gate, and there was a whale over here I saw too. And here's the hand-painted whale. So a lot of people tell me that I'm one of the best drivers they've ever met or known, that I have mad driving skills. And you know, it is probably true. I do consider myself a pretty good driver, and one of the reasons I do is this road behind me goes up Mount Tamalpais. It's a windy mountain road, and I cut my teeth on that road as a teenager. Actually, when I lived out here at Stinson Beach, I was working in Tiburon and commuting. So when you have to go over a windy mountain road every day in a stick shift car, you develop some mad skills at driving. So this cafe here, Parkside Cafe, that's the Happening Beach Cafe, snack bar, bakery, market, everything else. And if you go there and get their soft serve ice cream on a nice summer day, like I might do today, you're going to see a lot of people lined up. So as we round the corner, you enter the town of Stinson Beach. It's a one-stop side town. Very popular place in the summer. It's very popular among locals, tourists, city folk on a hot day. And they got a fire department right there, right when you get there. And they got a nice Stinson Beach Fire logo there on their trucks. You like that? Little shark fin. And this place here, my brother used to work at. I think he still might work at it, but I am not positive on that. A little bit about this place. This is kind of like one of those bohemian style motels where there's a living room where everybody can hang out and talk together, and then a shared bathroom. It's pretty cool. It's definitely funky. As you can kind of see, I'm not going to walk around in there, but you can kind of see this little bench here. Now this place here, I have some amazing memories. It has completely been rebuilt and changed. Instead of the Surf Lodge, it used to be called the Stinson Beach Hotel. And a friend of mine ran this hotel. And I used to ride my motorcycle out here from Sonoma, which was like a 50-mile ride each way, to watch Monday Night Football. And the main lodge there, that was where he lived and managed the motel. Totally different now. They tore down the original structure and rebuilt it. Back then it was nice, but a little bit on the funky side motel. But a lot of memories of this particular location. My friend moved to Oregon about 8 years ago. And it looks like someone wants to build something here. Oh, they're going to build our new fire and rescue station right here. And you see all those flags and the poles, that is there. So people that have to get used to what it would be like to have a building there. And that's the law here in California. I don't know if it is everywhere, but you have to show people what you want to build and how big it's going to be, and is it going to obstruct their view, and yada yada yada. You'd think with something as important as a fire station that there wouldn't be all that red tape, but looks like there always is. So this would be a 3-garage fire station. And if you want to learn more about it, check out the QR code there. So they have an art gallery, they have a library tucked away back here, bookstore. This shop here is a famous surf shop, and the bumper stickers, you'll see those on cars all over the Bay Area. It's a kind of a trend. Looks good. Clothes, jewelry, swimsuits, towels, blankets, boards, and more. And you can rent boards too if you want to go out on the waves. A Sand Dollar. This is a cool restaurant. They probably have the best food in town. And they're more of a nighttime thing. But at night, this is hopping. People on the patio having a beer, enjoying themselves. This is also a good place to eat. So this has already kind of changed. I have not seen this building here. I don't remember this. It must have been rebuilt. Real estate building. And they have a listing. Let's check out the prices of some of these properties. Stinson Beach, 1 bedroom. 500 square feet. 815,000. 2 bedroom. 600 square feet. 1.8 million. 1,300 square feet. $3 million. As you can see, these prices out here are insanity. There's a 5-bedroom listed here for almost 11 million. And some of these ones that just recently closed, there's a 8.3 million, oh, excuse me, 3.8 million that closed. 3-bedroom. And then at the very bottom on Seadrift is a 2,500 square feet, 5-bedroom that closed recently for $14.5 million. Cha-ching. And this is more of a refurbished. You got a surfboard here. This is more like what everything used to look like here up until recently. And this boutique, it says this is the Salty Pup, a boutique for good pups and their humans. Interesting. Good. It's a dog boutique. And this is a, looks like kind of a thrift store. Welcome to Stinson Beach sign. That's nice. But as you can see, this style of housing, this whole town was full of that style of housing. Now, since it's a one-stop sign town, it has a wonderful grocery store here, Stinson Beach Market. If you guys come here, you definitely want to go there and get a sandwich, get some whatever you want, beer or soda or pastries. It's all there. And they got an espresso bar out here. And that park used to be a Chevron gas station back in my day. You cannot get gas here anymore. And if you're driving a Chevelle like this guy, you're gonna need a gas station or a full tank. Oh, it's a Nova. Wow. Sounds really nice. If you guys just want to come to the beach and people watch, these benches here are a great place. On the weekend, if you come on a hot summer day like today, on the weekend, there is actually a line of traffic that goes all the way to Mill Valley. It's a 20-mile line of traffic because that's a one-lane road and everybody wants to come to the beach. So, a little tip for you, go the back way. if you guys are coming from San Francisco and you see a line of traffic in Sausalito, go the back way. And that, you know, the back way would be Sir Francis Drake to Alima, and then approach it this way, coming from the north and going south. Otherwise, it's just a nightmare. So the park that used to be a Chevron station is pretty cool. They have a ping pong table over there. As you can see, they got a center section here for manzanita tree in there. The post office is there. Now, they used to have a catering place over there with some really good food. And well, it does say events, so maybe they do. Used to be able to go over there and get a really good meal, but it doesn't look like it's open to the public anymore. Got a mosaic water fountain here. Can fill up your bottled water. And even got a doggy bowl. And if you're wondering how I got here today, I rode my motorcycle. I couldn't resist. The weather's going to change soon. And in the summer, I put my motorcycle in the garage. I don't really ride in the rain and cold. Guess I've gotten too old for that. And when I was younger, I'd ride in any condition. It doesn't matter. Okay. Nice classic Porsche driving by. It's like one from the early 90s. So this park here, you can see people playing basketball normally. So it's kind of quiet, and the reason being, it is a Tuesday. Let's see, I got so many stories I can tell you. You see it behind me, that ridge up there? Hang gliders will glide off of that. And a lot of the TV commercials that you see on the TV of cars that are going on mountain roads were filmed up there. What else? I was here in 82. When I lived here in 1982, there was a huge storm and a huge flood. And as a matter of fact, I'll walk over to the house I used to live in because I'd like to see what it looks like these days. But that was pretty crazy living here back then. So if you drive down this road about 8 miles, you'll hit the town of Bolinas. I also live there. That road is so fantastic to drive your car on or ride your motorcycle on. Incredible windy road along the lagoon. The reason it's so great is you can see way ahead of you. So you don't have to be paranoid of cars in the other lane or anything. It's just a great road. And there's many locals that can attest to that. There's an art studio here. And the library is here. One of the things I used to do was a Sunday morning motorcycle ride, and we all met in Mill Valley on Sunday mornings. And actually it's still going on. It's been going on for over 50 years. You meet at this gas station in Mill Valley, and you ride this road all the way up to a town called Point Reyes Station. And you used to go up there, and it was kind of a race to see who could get to the restaurant fastest because they only had limited seating on a Sunday morning. I did it several times, and I stopped doing it because it was pushing me beyond my riding limits at the time. And you were going with a pack of motorcycles that were going faster than you, more skilled than you, and you wanted to keep up. And I realized that if I kept doing that, I was going to have a major accident, and so I stopped doing it. Now, unfortunately, they still do it, and believe it or not, I'm sure you know what I'm going to say. They've had a lot of tragedy over the years. Back in the 80s and 90s, there were 2 or 3 deaths a year back then. One in particular, I remember 2 people died in one accident coming over a blind hill, and there was a car there. So it's fun when you're young, but it's a little sketchy when you get older. And I consider myself a very good motorcycle rider, but I'm not a crazy, insane, go as fast as you possibly can motorcycle rider. So yeah, that's another memory. All these memories are flooding back. You guys watching out there, if you went to your childhood locations, you would also have flooded memories coming back. Right there, over this bridge and to the right, there used to be a guy, and he worked on motorcycles. And he would repair them, and at the time, as you just heard, I had a motorcycle, so I would go talk to him and hang out with him. And he was kind of a Harley type biker dude, but he was friendly to me because I was young. There's a surf school here and a friendly dog. Hey doggy, if you want to learn how to surf. And right here, surf and kayak. You guys remember those things called VHS tapes? Well, this used to be a place you could get movies. And I was talking to you about hanging out with my friend. We rented many movies there after the Monday night football games. I would stay into his house till about 11 and ride home on these roads. I liked it like that, but you had to be extremely aware of deer and animals. But at night you can see cars' headlights, and you know you have the road to yourself, but you had to be cautious around a blind corner because a deer could jump out in front of you, which in my 45 years of riding motorcycles, I've had 3 deer jump in front of me. One when I was young, and I immediately crashed in a corner on Mount Tam. Another time, I had a deer cross this road that I'm talking about now at night. Came over a hill, he was crossing. I had a split-second decision to make whether to do a brake slam or accelerate. I was going about 60 miles an hour. I decided to accelerate, and my knee was bent on my motorcycle like this. My knee hit his nose. That's how close it was. So the timing I chose was the right timing. If I decided to slow down, I couldn't have slowed down enough before I hit him, and then that would have been it. I would have had a bad accident at midnight on this mountain road. But with that said, I hit that deer so hard that I thought I shattered my kneecap. But there's no street lights out here at night, so I decided not to stop and just keep riding and deal with it when I got home. My knee swelled up like a grapefruit, but I didn't break anything. Okay, you see this sign here? I'm sure you do. Cali de Sierra. This is the road I used to live on way back in '82, and that was the house I lived in. It's certainly changed. So back in the day, the ocean, the tides came all the way down here because of the flood. And these houses that were at sea level all got flooded. Well, the landlord decided to raise the entire house. He cut the foundation and he put blocks under the house. And we were living in the house and we didn't have anywhere to move, so we ended up staying there. And we stayed there while the house was being raised. And they had these guys come with hydraulic jacks and raise the house up and put these big, like, tenders on it, under it, like you'd see a train, railroad type tenders. What kind of sucked about that whole experience is the house immediately became cold because the wind would whip under the house. Another thing I distinctly remember is the water heater had its own closet next to the house. Well, because they raised the house, they raised the water heater also. And the water heater was exposed to the wind. And it was constantly getting blown out, the pilot light. And I have these memories of hanging out with a lighter in my hand, holding onto the door jamb, and extending myself far enough to light the water heater back up. It always happened on a really windy night. Some crazy stories. All these houses now, as you saw me read off the real estate prices, are all extremely expensive beachfront houses, but back in 1982 wasn't so much the case. So let's go check out the actual beach. And here you go. This is the end of the road I used to live on. This place collects buoys like you wouldn't believe, huh? This place was also one that got damaged during the floods. And you can kind of see that they put concrete instead of wood. Anyway, it was damaged. So, and that house there, as you can see, is totally prepared for any high tides. That one's way up. So you got to climb those stairs every day, but you don't have to stress over a storm taking your house away. And this one has this beach wall protection put in there. So some of the memories I had of that particular storm is this house here and this other house here fell off their foundations. So not a great thing. Another thing about Stinson Beach is there's two sections. There's this section, which is the state park of Stinson Beach, and then there's the private beach. The private beach, you could bring your dogs. The state park beach, you cannot, and you can actually get a ticket having a dog. So why don't we walk down there and I'll show you guys the beach, talk about some more memories I had. You're not going to be able to see that with this camera, but straight out there is some islands called the Farallon Islands. Over there is Bolinas, and as you can see, the beach goes down quite a ways. It's a beautiful sandy beach though. One other word of caution: if you come here on a very hot day, the sand can get very hot, so bring flip-flops because it'll burn your feet. Well, the dog activity is happening here on the private side. So this is a great beach to come to. The water's cold, however. It's going to be in the 57, 56 range. So it's definitely not Hawaii. So the trick on that is to lay in the sun until you get really, really hot and then go in the freezing cold water for a refresh. Cute dogs. Occasionally you can see a whale out there. But considering what day it is, you kind of get an idea of how busy this beach would be on a weekend. Because there's a good amount of people here for a Tuesday afternoon. And the road cut into the mountain is where I was telling you all the traffic is. It's just a nightmare. Another thing to be aware of this beach after like 3 or 4 o'clock, it gets really windy. So if you don't like sand blowing in your face, bring some kind of shelter or leave before the wind kicks up. Guys enjoying a nice doobie there. There's like hundreds and hundreds of seagulls down there. Body surfing. Sometimes you'll see actual surfers out here, but these waves are breaking too close to the shore. It'd be kind of a waste of time. You might get a 1-second ride. Some kelp. You see all the seagulls though? They're all lined up ready for you to leave your backpack open. That's another thing. Just thought, I can't tell you how many times I've been here and brought some food and decided to run into the water and turn around and there's seagulls digging through your food. So if you come out here, make sure you put your food somewhere secure so they're not just ripping through it. They particularly like potato chips, you know, like Cheetos and Doritos. They're really fond of that kind of stuff. He's all, stop talking about me, man. You're blowing my cover. But look at these. There's a whole flock of seagulls. Hundreds of them. These are kind of a different breed. They're brown. I'm used to the white and gray ones. Maybe these, the word got out that you could score some good food here. Out there, those should be pelicans just hanging out. But yeah, that's a lot of birds. I'm not gonna get too close because you don't want them to take off, because then you got to worry about getting pooped on with that many birds. How many birds do you think that is? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If you guess, if I'm guessing, that's about 200 birds or more. That's a lot. And they claimed that section of the beach. But those seagulls are weird. You know, I've lived out here a long time. I don't think I've ever seen seagulls that look like that. I'm so used to the traditional ones that are white and gray. I wonder where these birds have come from. And I don't want to get them all agitated because you do not want them all flying away at once, and they would. If I ran to them right now, they would all fly away. And you'd have lots of poop everywhere, and people would be mad at me too. So we're not going to do that. So what a perfect day out here today. Temperature is about 70, feels about 72, 73-ish. Kind of perfect. And up there are the bathrooms and showers if you get sand all over yourself. And this gray building is the lifeguard slash snack bar, but I believe the snack bar is closed. You used to be able to get hamburgers and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff up there. seagulls in their way. Yep. So the secret location back when I was a teenager was this spot up here. I'll kind of point to it. You see where that yellow umbrella, or excuse me, blue umbrella? I don't know. I'm seeing colors crazy today. That guy's putting it in. Well, that little section of beach up there, that was where all the high school kids would go. And that was like the place you would go if you're in high school. You'd just go to that section of beach. It's totally different now. All that green marsh that you see there, all those plants, they weren't there. It was just all beach. But I'm talking, you know, this is like 40 years ago, so of course it's going to change. It's another problem with the coast out here is everybody's predicting that this is all going to be underwater soon. Relatively, like within 40 to 50 years. That the waves are going to be breaking at these buildings I'm talking about. So we hope that doesn't happen. There's people in wetsuits. They're smart because the water's so cold out there. People are getting their tans on. And some people brought their kids out here and allowed them to cut school. One of the things that was pretty popular back when I was in high school was people would cut school, call it a beach day. And about 25, 30 of us would all decide we weren't going to school that day and meet at the beach. Now there's actually like a national cut day, I believe. I know my daughter told me about something like that. But yeah, you see that building up there that has all those lifeguard trucks? It used to be a snack bar. You see those seagulls? They're moving in on someone's food. And that person just lost their food. They were fighting over a bag of chips, I think. Funyuns, looks like. So you got to be really careful not to leave your food out around here. Man, some of these people have some amazing tans going on. That lady there, she must come out here every day. Let's see if we can watch some of these body surfers catching any body surfing worthy waves. It's a decent size. This guy's he's gonna do it. Not quite. You need more of a powerful wave. I don't know what happened to those sand surfers. Those are really popular. Those boards you'd throw on the sand and then jump on them and you'd slide really fast on them. Yeah, he got it right there. Decent one. This guy's got one. I tried that once in Hawaii. I was on Maui. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go body surfing. And the waves there were so big. I'm gonna get wet. The waves there were so big that I totally chickened out. I was like, this is too scary for me. Thank you very much. They were like 25-foot waves. And I was a 14-year-old kid body surfing for the first time. You get a little farther down the beach, walk a little more south, and you get guys like this that can do some fishing because no one's swimming down here. And it's a little more low-key down here. over where those lifeguard stands are, there's typically a parking lot full of cars on the weekends. And for those of you that like the more adventurous side of life, there's a rock cropping there at the end of the beach. If you go around it, there's a cove. That is a nude beach. It's been that way for a long time. There's a trail down to it from the road above. Check that out. It's a jellyfish, but it's shaped very oddly. Looks like one of those pods from the movie Alien. You better watch out. A couple people out here fishing. I wonder what they're trying to catch. Okay, I made it to the extreme southern end of the beach. There's a big jelly. Oh, I see. What I was looking at before is the underside of the jelly. I don't want to touch it because it might sting me a little bit. It's like a mild sting. That's not a bad sized jelly though. Well, we're going to walk back to where we came from. So, any of my viewers out there, in the comments, tell me your beach stories. I only know the Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean I've been to and I dipped my toe in, but I don't have much history of it. So let me know your beach stories since I'm telling you all mine. Okay, this seagull is guarding a crab. The crab has seen better days. It's got barnacles on its shell though. What kind of fish are you hoping to catch?
I don't know, my sister's the one catching. I never catch it. I catch a little bit.
Are you trying to catch a shark or what?
No, just a fish, big one like that.
Any fish?
Yeah, any fish. My sister got a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
She needs to show you the technique, huh?
Yeah, yeah, she changed it, but look what happened.
Have a good day.
You too, thank you.
Sister caught a lot. We gotta go talk to her sister. She's got a net. I don't know what she's trying to catch with her net. Some sand, maybe. Maybe she's trying to catch sand crabs. I think she is. I don't want to get wet, so I'm not going to go out there. They probably use sand crabs for bait. There are people out there swimming, but I'm telling you, that water is cold. You can only last about 5 or 10 minutes. before you start getting hypothermic. And the whole gauntlet of seagulls here, ready to pounce on your bag of Doritos. I'm still kind of surprised by the seagulls, the color of them. Any marine biologists watching this video? What's up with the color of the seagulls out here today? I've never seen these kind of seagulls in Stinson Beach. But it's been a while since I've been here, so maybe they're migrating south and just stopping off for some Dorito score or Funyuns. Look like a whole gauntlet of them just lining up. Should I charge them? I won't. I don't want to get people mad at me. It's tempting. If I was a little kid, I would for sure. They give you about 10 feet of space, and that's about it. Then they'll start panicking. But they've claimed this section of the beach as theirs. I think the white ones, you see how the white ones are in front and they're a little bigger? So maybe they're like the bosses of the mob of birds. Uh-oh, they're talking to each other now. I'm getting too close. Birds are hilarious. Especially seagulls. And this sea ratness. This guy's got a limp. Poor guy. He's got a foot. Problem with his foot. There's some girls that are braving the cold. That's exactly what I used to do. Just take a run into it. But it is cold out there. I used to run out there and then dunk into it, and then it's like a swimming pool. They're trying to egg each other on. Lots of fun though. We're gonna head up this way. I might as well go up to the walkway. Well, there you have it. There's the beach of Stinson. And the rinse-off area here and bathrooms, along with various shark warnings. They got some rip current warnings here showing a rip current that will pull you out to sea. If you find yourself caught in one, you're supposed to swim parallel to the beach. Once you're free of the current, you catch the incoming waves to help you get back into shore. If you need help, yell for help and wave your arms. This is talking about the rising tides. So we were walking around down here. So this saying in 5 years from now, it's going to be up here. 25 years up here and 75 years up here. That's a big difference. Future tides. So they're aware of it. More educational. Ocean acidification. This is what happens after the ocean, acid in the ocean works on it. And here's the whole map of the beach. And the whole Golden Gate area here. Stinson Beach, Muir Beach. I got a video of Muir Beach. I got a video of Muir Woods. Got a video of Mount Tam. So if you're interested in any of these things, they're on my channel. And the last thing to show you is the shark warnings here. Shark advisory. Great white sharks live in these waters. So be aware. You don't want to get attacked by jaws. All this walking on the hot sand has made me feel like an ice cream cone. We're going to go to the Parkside snack bar and get ourselves an ice cream cone. Hi, can I get a vanilla cone, a small one? $4.71, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Got myself a cone. These cones are really good, by the way. Yummy. It's almost gone now. This thing's good. So, thanks guys for coming along with me on this tour of Stinson Beach today. And my stories and my perspective and all that stuff. I've always wanted to do a video of Stinson, and today was the day. So, if you like what I'm doing, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. See you in my next video. I'm trying to do a peace sign. Peace.